So here I am at Cambridge Crossing. In front of me, this is the Gilmore Bridge. So you can walk from the orange line, which is down there, down the Gilmore Bridge, and then into Cambridge Crossing down here. Walking 20 feet from where I was standing at the other end, I'm now zooming into the green line, which will be the other end of Cambridge Crossing. Right over here is 450 Water Street. It's a very tall building, but they're actually only 9 to 12 floors because each floor is over 15 feet high to fit in all the BioTech equipment, you know, the venting, large machines. It's built specifically for BioTech. Over here is 350 Water Street. Same thing, very tall floors, built for BioTech. I'm pretty sure Sanofi is going to be in both these buildings. Sanofi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but they have 100,000 employees spread out across the world. They're one of the largest biotech pharma companies, whatever you want to call them. And then down here is 250 Water Street. Yet another huge building. And I think that when all this is completed, this will become the de facto center of the biotech world. You need to come down here to see the size and the scope of this project is incredible. I need a wider lens to get all this into view. 250 Water Street down there, 350 Water Street, 450 Water Street, huge biotech buildings. The scope of this thing, as I said, is incredible, but I need a wider lens. This is roughly where I'm filming, 450, 350, 250. I'm going to zoom out a bit to talk more about the Cambridge Crossing neighborhood relative to the rest of Boston. Cambridge Crossing is roughly right here. There's 222 Jacob Street, which is the Phillips building. This is the first commercial building that was finished in that new development. Right here is essentially Kendall Square, which is separated between Global Crossing with Route 28 that runs up along here. Next to Kendall Square is essentially MIT. Actually, Kendall Square, one might even argue, sort of goes down through here. We call this a mix of Kendall Square and MIT, and then MIT, CERN, is over here. If we go up Cambridge Street, we hit Harvard, which is all in here. Harvard also has the football field, or I should say the stadium, various startups, other kinds of Harvard locations in Allston, which is over here. And this basically connects to Harvard over that bridge. In here is all residential. Over here would be the seaport, which would extend down. Well, there's, you know, the financial district through Back Bay. These are the fens over here. And there's Boston University here. In fact, we'll just sort of connect Boston University over this bridge. Let's zoom out here a bit. Now this whole area is going to be very wealthy. It's already wealthy. So all this in here in Cambridge is very wealthy. So young single people who work in biotech will live in the residential towers within Cambridge Crossing and in Kendall. Those with family will live in houses in Cambridge and parts of Somerville. But this area outside in the south of Boston is poor, and I believe will get a lot poorer, especially after the pandemic. The same thing here, to a lesser extent up north, like in Everett, places like that. The effect of all this increasing wealth inequality, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but whatever, there's going to be a huge difference between people living in these red areas and people living in Cambridge Crossing and the immediate area, is that it's going to push in to this area. And I believe may change some of the dynamics. to be more like what way it was when I was younger in the 70s. So this place will be very safe, sort of a gated community, not with real gates, but with affordability of housing and other things. And then these areas.